Hello, everyone, and welcome to ZAMP Plays. As you can see, Lou and I are playing Stubbs the Zombie, Rebel Without a Pulse, and we're going to try out some two-player. Lou, say hello to the fine folks.
I hope this works.
Yeah, we haven't tested this, but Stubbs the Zombie and Rebel Without a Pulse, this is a re-release, as you can tell. Definitely a re-release, not a remake, not a remaster. Um, and they have the original game had couch co-op, and Steam has this remote play feature so that Lou and I, who are definitely not on the same couch, although I wish we were, can play two-player over the internet.
We're gonna see how this works at over different countries.
Yeah, so you might not see some of the stuff that I'm doing, but I'm pulling up the Steam overlay. Hey,
I'm mouse and keyboard. It won't let me use my controller.
all right, well, let's try this out. Oh yeah, you're right. It is gonna make level select, so we can. You know what? Let's do the original. Let's do the opening level because that'll essentially give us that.
Let's do the bleeding ground.
No, that's the one with the. That I think the bleeding ground is the one where you're in that vehicle.
Yeah, you're
The
right.
the punch bowl is just us running around. So let's try
Okay.
that. And that's I just want to see if it works. So this is the intro to the game. Um, and we don't have to watch all this. If I can, yeah, we can skip it. Hey, there's two zombies. Oh man, it's gonna make us do the tutorial.
Yep,
Oh
I
well,
knew it was.
it's fine. All right, press Y. Oh, I can move. Press Y to eat the zombies or the brains. So, so this is a re-release of an Xbox game, and as you can see, there are other abilities that you'll unlock, and we'll talk about that on our podcast. But right off the bat, it looks like we've unlocked the big old fart, and I think we can just do. Let's see if I can find some people to fart on. But this is pretty neat. How's it working for your end? I'm guessing
It's
that.
working okay, but it's not. I'm getting a little bit of lag, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, I just took his arm off. I didn't know
Yeah,
I
he'll
could
be
do
a
that
zombie.
to regular citizens. It's kind of neat. Like, at first, if you think back to when this game came out, I feel like it should have been really well received because as far as that generation, like Xbox, PlayStation 2,
This is
GameCube,
very different.
it's different from what you would normally play, and it's actually got a fun setup. It's a shallow setup in that like you're you're dropped into an arena and you just progress, and that progression is you running around turning people into zombies and most of the time fumbling into the area in which you need to go.
This was also a budget game in its day too. It wasn't a full 60, 50 or $60 title. It was a $40 title.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. And I mean that, like, I feel that too, because as you were saying before we started recording, this is a fairly short game. Because I had just unlocked, I think I just did the cop battle, which has a lot of the covers of 50s, or 60s pop song, 50s pop songs, I would guess.
Yeah.
Um, and this is sort of the intro to the game where it's like it really sets the tone of here's a big open area, progress through it, and um, this is the Halo engine as well, so you can kind of see why they use the Halo engine because they do allow you to make these big open worlds. And I mean, I don't know if they've rendered more draw distance, but like you see a lot for an Xbox game.
Yeah, and there's some maps that are really big.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna fart on all these
Like
people.
one of my favorite stages, I don't think you've gotten to it yet, is there's a mall, and the mall is so good.
Yeah, I don't think I'm at the. I must be getting close to the mall because
I think you said you just finished the police station.
Yeah, I did.
I think it's one of the next stages. It's either the next stage or the stage after that.
Yeah, my thing is like the one thing I know we are spoiled these days with games, in that you're spoiled by first your control over the mob of what you're controlling. So like we have control over all these zombies, but really, and it kind of makes sense with what you're dealing with a bunch of mindless zombies. You basically whisper, or not whisper, whistle, so they come near you, and then you can kind of push them in a direction, and that kind of sends them off, which I guess makes sense, but is less control than you would normally be given these days in a game, right? Like you'd be given direct control with UI and all that to kind of like direct them, but the other thing is like you don't know where you're supposed to go. Like we're in this big open area. There's
monorail.
Well, I know that's where we need to go because I had done it, but I don't remember there being like a specific.
In all honesty, monorail. I remember specifically when I played this on Xbox, there was an indicator telling me what direction to go, and that's gone.
It pops up after a while because I have had it do that. Where's our buddies? All the way back there, and that's the other thing. These guys are so lazy. It will pop up if you kind of wander long enough. Like there's the level after this where you're riding in the vehicle, which is another reason why you can tell it's based off of the Halo engine, because it really feels like a old school Warthog segment. And there's the icon right there. It's popped up, the little green triple arrow there. That area I just rode around in until an arrow popped up because I had no idea what I was doing.
Need to make a quick getaway? The Punchbowl monorail is the best way to get.
This is another question for you, Lou, because I had not played it at launch. When you see this sort of like window screening, was that in the original game? Like the cutscenes?
No, it's because the cut screens were originally in 480p.
Right. So they're literally just playing.
They're just reducing the size and stretching it to fit.
Yeah. So they must have done some work to actually make it widescreen, like play widescreen. It's just the cutscenes that would have probably been too much work.
Yeah, they did the same thing. I don't know if you've played Super Mario 3D, the 3D trilogy or whatever.
Yes, I have played it.
They do that with the cutscenes in that too.
Yeah, it's a bit jarring.
Which took me out of the game. But with this, it's not as bad.
And then this is the vehicle segment. So I'm gonna get in the passenger seat here. Can I do anything? I can't do anything. And this was the mode where I was like, I wasn't really sure where to go. The other thing you'll notice about the game is like all the VO stuff. It's all like original Xbox, so you can hear it in the recording. But again, for $20, you're getting an Xbox game, but
an Xbox game that hasn't been available except if you have an Xbox for a long time.
Yeah, I mean personally, having played Destroy All Humans, the remake not the remake but the remaster they did, like that's a solid remaster. They did a lot of work on that, and it shows when you're playing a game that came out around the same time, which is this game here. So yeah. Honestly, I would love to see sort of a follow-up or a proper remaster to Stubbs the Zombie. Like if this does well enough, bringing it back. And
if you hang out on their message boards, you're driving now, buddy.
Oh yeah, thank you.
On their message boards, they said that if this does sell well, they would consider making a sequel.
Yeah, I would love to see a sequel. Like, you know, offer us. Like, even make it another budget title. I'm fine with like an indie sort of AA game. Like, that would be really cool. But that'd be neat. See, this is where, again, I've done this level before because I'm a little further in the game. So I kind of know where we're going. And I've gotten better with the controls, too, because there's a bit... Like,
there's a learning curve.
There's a learning curve, but you can do... You don't have to like have a horde of zombie. You can kind of easily just dodge around the people
on the harder difficulties. I will say, the harder difficulties, you really need a horde of zombies because all the cops target you and skip your zombies. So you really need to like push them in the way and use them as like body shields.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I got an arm and I'm not afraid to use it. Oh shoot.
Sit down.
Oh, you're eating my brain. Gotta say, I dig the I dig the aesthetic of the game. And there's like some music segments that remind me of like that 2005 era, and like some old school Rare type stuff.
The soundtrack to this game is absolutely fabulous. I have it on CD somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I would say it is also on Spotify. So if you played this game and you dig it, the soundtrack is on Spotify.
Cool. Like the soundtrack is in like the original music or the licensed music?
The licensed music.
Oh, I'll have to check that out. Because it's covers, right?
Yeah, it's all covers. Cake does a cover.
Death Cab for Cutie was another one that.
Yeah, Death Cab for Cutie does a cover. They're all well-known bands. It's not like it's a bunch of indie people. It's actually people you'd know.
That's neat. Well, I think we've kind of shown off enough here. We should probably go record a podcast, but if you are watching this, definitely head over to zombies8mypodcast.com and subscribe to the podcast to listen to the other half of this ZAMP Plays. We'll also be covering a bunch of zombie news as well on the episode, and we are coming up on 250 episodes in which we are going to be talking about the return of The Walking Dead with Season 10C. So, yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you shortly. Have a fantastic day. See if I can say bye, Stubbs. Oh, jeez. Smack you.